I think we've had a fabulous day, and I'm sure now we're going to have a really interesting evening. And I'm absolutely delighted to be able to ask Chetan Bhagat to come up on stage and to talk to us. And he's going to be interviewed by our colleague Debanjan. Yes, Debanjan, I'd like to ask you to come up and do the introductions, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really the last person to stand between you and a full bar and the lovely food that's laid out there. Some colleagues would say I have a vested interest in moving things along so that I can get a drink. But allow me just a couple of minutes to set the context why we are here. And I'd like to introduce to you Chetan Bhagat by putting two questions. First, who is Chetan Bhagat? The bare facts of Chetan's career are simple, straightforward, and compelling, much like his novels. Chetan Bhagat is India's highest-selling author in the English language. He has written 4 novels, 5 Point Someone, or What Not to Do at IIT, One Night at the Call Center, 3 Mistakes of My Life, and very recently published last month, 2 States, The Story of My Marriage. Before and in between writing these blockbusters, as Chetan calls them, Chetan lived every young Indian's dream. He studied at IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad, and then worked for Goldman Sachs and the Deutsche Bank. For the benefit of speakers and delegates from outside India, over 400,000 students compete for just 7,500 seats for the IIT examinations. Over 300,000 students compete for 1,700 seats that the IIMs offer. Chetan's novels offer millions of young Indians a keyhole peep into these highly aspired for institutions. Ironically, they also spark a dream that there is a life beyond the IITs and IIMs and careers in the financial sector. They could become full-time writers, just like Chetan is now. But perhaps the more important question for us this evening is, what is Chetan Bhagat doing here in this assembly of the great and the good, gathered to discuss how to make the English language more accessible to the masses in India and Sri Lanka and elsewhere? Chetan has made reading in English accessible like no one else before. He has made plots accessible than ever before. And his stories are woven around everyday, humdrum, identifiable, accessible characters. Chetan has very literally made books more accessible than ever before in India. He has practically revolutionized single-handedly, Che Guevara style, Indian publishing and marketing of books by making books available at the checkout till in Indian supermarkets. His books sell, all his novels sell for ₹95, roughly the price of a movie ticket in India, and that is £1.05 by today's exchange rates. Chetan is not the blue-eyed boy of India's literary establishment or a darling of India's highbrow English language media. And I think there's a real pity there because the critics are missing the big picture about being Chetan. But even that establishment is coming around to realize Chetan's value. Antara Dev Sen, the editor of the Little magazine, in a recent issue of India Today reviewing Chetan's latest novel, said, "The question of literary taste can only arise when there is a culture of reading. And with every new book, Bhagat helps develop that culture." Most importantly, Chetan is here because he cares very deeply about many of the issues that we have discussed since yesterday. You have flown in from Hong Kong just now, Chetan, to be with us just for this evening, and we are very grateful to you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Chetan Bhagat coming to the screen near you.
Moving on, best-selling author Chetan Bhagat will soon be out with his fourth novel titled Two States, The Story of My Marriage, about an inter-regional affair between a Punjabi boy who falls in love with a Tamil girl. With a record-breaking print run of 400,000 copies, the IIT and IIM-educated author spoke about his books and new career moves to NDTV's Sunil Sethi.
4 bestsellers in 5 years and a fan following of millions. That's what made novelist Chetan Bhagat quit his well-paid job as a banker earlier this year. There's been no looking back for the 35-year-old writer since the runaway success of his first novel, 5 Point Someone, set in an IIT campus. Bhagat's fourth novel, which is out on October the 9th, takes up another popular theme of inter-regional marriage, just the kind of subject, he says, that strikes a chord with his readers.
I am the poster boy of Indian middle class success. I am an achievable aspiration. You know, when you see Hrithik Roshan on screen or Shah Rukh Khan, you feel, wow, he's so great, but no way I am him. But this one, when they see me, they're like, yeah, he looks kind of like me. Maybe I could get there if I work hard.
एक रात की कहानी है 6 लोगों की जो एक कॉल सेंटर में काम करते हैं इस रात एक फोन आया
Although a film adaptation of his novel set in a call center proved a box office flop last year, the novelist has 2 more movies in the pipeline.
इस रात भगवान का फोन आया
With 5 Point Someone coming out as a film starring Amir Khan and Kareena Kapoor at Christmas. He's also busy casting himself as an independent Bollywood screenwriter.
This superstar wants a nice script for him. Can you do it? And I can't right now. I have not sold my soul that much. I'm like, no, I want to write on this subject. We'll work around it that this star can fit in, and I understand the commerce a little bit now. That is how it's going to work. Chetan is going to use Bollywood. Bollywood is not going to use Chetan.
You've seen the movie, now meet the author, Chetan.
Hi. Thank you, Dibanjan. Can you just dim that light a little bit? Thank you, Dibanjan. I really want Dibanjan to meet my in-laws. You should have seen the heat they gave me when I was quitting my job to become full-time writer. They should meet you. Just give the same speech there, please. And it'll make my life easier. But we will not talk about my mother-in-law today because, you know, it's a happy evening. I have given lots and lots of talks. But this is the first talk I'm giving where like people are drinking as I speak. So I feel like a bar dancer almost. And I'll try to make it worthwhile for you, and you can throw money at me if you want. Devanjan will collect, and it all goes to British Council. But thank you so much for having me. I've just come straight from the airport. I'm just here. After my book, I just took a break and helping a friend set up a company there. And, you know, it's just Debanjan's love and British Council's love. They said, you have to come, you have to come. You call it love or persuasion or pestering, but a combination worked. And I'm here. You know, this is something they had discussed with me in April, you know, as part of the London Book Fair. I was telling them the work I have done because, you know, because of my books, I have understood an India that even I didn't know exist. I mean, nobody knew that so many people will read books in English. And when you are reaching those kind of numbers, you are really accessing the tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, railway station sales, those kind of, so who's reading them, what is going on? So that I figured out, you know, a new set of aspirations that is there in India. And based on that, I started doing some work on what can really happen. People talk about 100 things, you know, they dream for India. India should do this, do that. It doesn't work like that. It's not like you become a superpower like that. But one thing which is practical and doable is teaching English.